Alright, what's going on, guys? So, I got another deck profile of the only other deck I really topped locals with last format. I didn't really play locals too much, but I picked this deck up, obviously, during that time. I don't play Protos, though, so that's going to come into it, but I got top 4 with this, like, months ago. That's like the only difference. This is a little farther back than the Hero one, but here we go. So, for our main deck monsters, we got Moye and Ecclesia. These are basically just your starters. This is just Moye on legs. Extra steps, that's basically all it is. Extra summon, whatever. Might hurt to get in Nibiru there. Then for the other names, we just got 3 Longwan, 2 Taya, pretty standard. We got 3 Ashuna, 2 Vishuddha, 2 Adhara, and then 1 Shnana, Thanatha, however you say it. Pretty basic build. This is just, honestly, I think this guy's only here for 10 pi and just for another name. There's nobody really else you want. But, sometimes he comes up. I think he's came up like once or twice since I've started playing this deck. We got our Rhoda, Emergence, obviously. We got Heavenly Dragon Circle, and actually, I'll wait on this. This is just kind of like a targeting way to play around things. Like if they try and imperm something, they kind of need to go off, switch out. Uh, you don't want to have to use this, but sometimes in a grind game, this can come in like a lot of clutch. As long as you have a synchro on the field, this card can be insane. Or is it a synchro? Or is it a non-effect? Oh, non-effect. So yeah, this this can get insane sometimes. We have 1 Sacred Summon, 1 Blackout. Um, these are the ratios of the one-ofs I like to play. I don't really like the. I think it's like a Swordsoul Punishment or something. I mean, it's a cool board breaker. I just don't play it personally. I don't even think I own it. But Blackout, Pop 2, Sacred Summit, Revive, really nice. We got the 3 desires for the consistency, and obviously the big guy that we like to summon, or Synchro 10, obviously. So, yeah. And then I play a hand trap heavy build. This was for last format for Snake Eyes, so I mean, it can change now, obviously, but yeah. So we got Called By, Imperm, Warner, Veiler, and Act. This is pretty much the standard lineup for any deck. Though they might switch out Mourner for like Droll, DD, Bestials, or Nib. It's really just personal preference, but I prefer having basically 9 in perms. So, and then let's get into the extra deck. I play the 2 Zhizhou. Ignore the mismatched rarities. I'm gonna buy the second secret soon. I just love how it looks. It's one of the coolest secret rares I've ever seen. So I just couldn't stop myself from playing it, even though it's mismatched. Chen Ying, Long Wan. To be honest, there's sometimes where I wish I played 2 of this guy. So I might like cut out some other cards just to start playing him at 2, but we'll see. And then Long One, obviously. If you have a gas hand, this can just be the nail in the coffin for an opponent sometimes. Just a free banish of like I think it's 1 of each, 1 monster, 1 spell, and 1 trap, or it might be just 1 monster, 1 spell trap. Like against you, Bell. Sometimes I can just seal the deal. Like as long as I don't have Phantom of Yubel out, I think you can just banish like their regular Yubel, uh, their Nightmare Pain, whatever. Some of their like key cards. Then we got for the Yang. Oh, sorry about that. For the Yang Zings, we got 2 Boxia, pretty standard. We got Phantom for locking just in case. And then we have Yazi. If I'm being honest, these guys never come up. I've played like tens of games. I'm not gonna say hundreds because I've only picked up this deck a couple months ago, but these guys seem to never come up. I'm not sure honestly why people play it, but I mean it's standard in everybody else's build. It just kind of fills the space, and I guess in a grind game they might come up or something. But yeah, play those guys. Play one Draco, one Dragite, one Ice Jade Agrine, and then one Punishment or Punisher. This is the tin version. I swear I have the original somewhere. I think it's in my Punk deck actually, but you know, tin version. Agrine, honestly, kind of a slept on card. This card is actually kind of insane. Like free banish and protection all at once. That's insane. Protection and banishment. This can honestly just make your board invincible against some decks. Dragite, spell negation. They're playing like branded. Get the branded fusion. Draco Berserker, just something that can come up in the grind game, or if you need to just close the game out, you know. And then for the links, I play personally. I like to play 2 Tenyi and then 1 Shaman. I know somebody might cut something from the extra in the synchro package to play a 3rd monk and the shaman, or they might just cut the shaman entirely and play the 3rd monk. But this is usually what works for me, because if you have to go through a 3rd one of this guy, you're already in like the grindiest of grind games, and you're probably not going to win, or you're just going to have to beat over with your main deck Tenyis. There's really no point in running like 3 of this guy, in my personal opinion. But you know. Move that out of the way. Whoop. All right, now for the side. So I like to play 3 cross out, and the targets are Nib and D barrier. This looks weird, I know, but I just needed like an extra spot, and I mean, who likes Nibiru? Nobody does really. This deck doesn't usually play into Nibiru, but there's sometimes those hands, so you know, sometimes if I'm going first, and I know some people in my locals, they love Nib, so depending on who it is, I might just run this just in case, because you never know if you'll brick or not, and just having that cross out for those hands that can't play around Nib, kind of helpful. And then the D barrier, obviously, because you want to be able to summon your synchros. 3 evenly, um, pretty standard board breaker. If I had thrusts, I'd honestly probably cut 2 of those, play 2 thrusts, so I could just search this if I needed it, and search the D barrier possibly if I'm going first, just for like that more flexible way, like you can use it going first or second. But yeah, 3 evenly, 2 Phantasme. So this is kind of like an updated profile from last ban list, I guess. Because I actually didn't have 3 copies of this guy, but now I do. Well, at least I didn't have 3 in matching rarities, and I hate not having matching rarities, except for that Chen Ying. Or not Chen Ying, Chi. But this guy, really good, even now that Snake Eye's not really there anymore. This is still really good against like Unchained in the Yubel matchup. Or even sometimes in like Ritual Beast with that Link 4 they have, or Link 2. Like if they just summon it, I can +1 on Ritual Beast against Yubel, possibly +2, just depends on the build they go for. If they go for the revive of Yama and all that stuff, and just it can generically hit a lot of decks that use links and abuse them, so felt like that was pretty good. And then Bastille lineup now for Yubel. I honestly forgot these cards even existed when Yubel was kind of popular, so even before like Snake Eyes got hit that bad, but happy to play him now, obviously. But yeah, that's the profile. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.